Hello. This is a video covering the common errors people make with the past tense. Past tense is the tense used for actions completed in the past. So, for example, if I'm talking about last night and what I did with dinner for my family, I would use the past tense form of cook, which would be cooked, with the past tense form of ed. That's an example of the past tense because that's something I did last night. I completed it in the past. Now, there are some verbs that you can't just add ed to. We call these irregular verbs. So, for example, in this sentence, if I'm going to use the verb send, I can't just add ed to send and make it sended. I have to say sent. So that's another example of the past tense. So that brings us to our index card, which is about the common errors people make with past tense. So you can write past tense at the top of your index card if you're choosing to write this down. And you want to use past tense for actions that were completed in the past. And then you want to make sure the past tense verb has an ed or uses the irregular past tense form. And you can pause this to write it down if you need to. Then on the back side, you can write a couple of examples. So in this sentence, I love my children, but I am not happy last night when my sons stay awake until midnight. There's a few verbs in here, but not all of them need to be in past tense because not all of them have been completed. For example, I love my children. That's not something that's completed. I still love my children, and so I'm not going to put that in the past tense. But I am not happy last night. That happened last night, so that needs to be past tense. So I would change am to was. And then the final verb in this sentence is stay, which again, that did happen last night. That was completed last night. So I would make that stayed. One more example. I sleep late the next morning because I never work on Fridays. So this is part of the same story. So the first verb in this sentence is sleep. And the sleeping was completed in the past. It was completed late that morning. So I would change that to slept. But then the second verb in this sentence, work, is something I never do on Fridays. And so because that's referring to every Friday, it's actually not completed. It's not completed in the past. So I can leave that in present tense.